Hey, what's going on? It is the Mohawk and Real Talk and Living Fully Business Bully Dave Anderson. Hope all is well in your world. I just wanted to take a quick minute just to talk to you. Today I have transformed my Autobot hat into a Decepticon hat because I want to give you a quick message. A lot of times people are going to sleep on you. A lot of times people are going to count you out. They are going to write you off. They're going to talk trash about you to your face, but most likely they're going to talk trash behind your back. And what I need you to do is understand that what's going on is they're sleeping on you. And when I say they're sleeping on you, that doesn't mean that they're not aware of what you're doing. That doesn't mean that they don't believe that you're hot. That doesn't mean that they don't understand what you're capable of. What it means is they think that you will not be able to make it happen. They think that you are going to be left for dead. They think that you can't go and make everything a reality that's in here and in here. And so what I need you to do is take a lesson from Transformers the movie, and not from Optimus Prime dying. No. Not from Rodimus Prime getting the Matrix of power and running off. That's a lesson for another day. I'm talking Decepticons right now because it's levels. So go back and watch this movie if you ain't got nothing to do. When you run an organization, be it an evil organization, a robot organization, a corporate organization, if you're running McDonald's, there's always somebody looking, watching, prying, hoping, and waiting, counting the minutes, hours, days, and seconds until your demise so that they can take your spot. So, if you fast forward through the movie after Optimus Prime gets killed by Megatron, Megatron pretty much dies, and Starscream leaves him for dead. Well, what happens is, what's left of Megatron is out floating in space, dying. Now, if you don't know who Megatron is, he is the leader of the Decepticons. Stay with me because this is bigger than cartoons. I need you to get this message in a way that I think you'll be able to devour it. So, he's out floating in space, and something comes along. This huge eater of worlds. This kingmaker, his name is Unicron, not to be confused with unicorn, Unicron. And he says, I'm going to rebuild you. I'm going to make you better than what you are. And from this moment on, you will no longer be Megatron, you'll be Galvatron. In other words, sometimes you have to ascend to a new level. You have to start thinking like a new being. And what he did was, he fixed him first. Then he changed him. So he fixed him, made him whole, and then changed him to from a gray metallic gunmetal looking individual to somebody who was sleek and shiny and purple and gold. Gold and purple, colors of royalties. Don't get confused with the Q's. So what winds up happening is, what's the first thing Megatron does? You think he's going to go take out the Autobots? No. What he does is, he finds that starship that Starscream is on with the rest of the Decepticons who have no choice but to follow Starscream because he's the next one up. And what winds up happening is, he steps in there, and because he's a brand new creature, he is not recognized by anyone. And Megatron gets in there, watching Starscream at his coronation, because Starscream didn't decide he was going to be the CEO of the Decepticons. He decided he was going to be king. So he crowns himself king at his own coronation. And he's sitting there, leg over the throne, sitting back, chilling. Everybody looks miserable and subjugated because they know that this person is not worthy, that somebody else is supposed to be in that spot. And so Galvatron shows up. And he challenges Starscream. And by challenges, I mean he transforms himself into a cannon and he blows him off the daggone throne, leaving nothing but the crown. Because it ain't about the crown. It's not enough to have a crown to be king, or queen, or empress, or emperor, or ruler. It is enough for you to show up and realize that in order for you to get to a new level, you have to become a new person. You have to become a different version of you. You have to become a different version of you that is so foreign, so transformed, so amazingly magnetic that people who knew you when won't recognize you now. That's how you handle business. But no. You are worried about what's happening out there. I want to talk to you about what's going on at your own job. I want you to think about what's happening in your own house. Who's trying to undermine what's happening in your life? If they're not on board, they don't need to be in your life. You can learn a lot from the Decepticons because anybody can be a good guy. It's real easy to do the right thing. But the problem with doing the right thing sometimes is that you're doing it for the wrong reasons. But see, sometimes And my mother would tell you this. Sometimes you got to get people real together real quick, because nobody, as my mother so eloquently says with 2 degrees, no one minds you doing good as long as you ain't doing gooder than them. In other words, people are cool with you staying at this level because they're at that level or a little bit below or a little bit above. But the second you start to surpass them in a way that they can't possibly catch up, then they start trying to tear you down. You can't allow it anymore. You got to say no more. I am brand new. And let me tell you something. You thought I was asleep. You thought I was dead. You left me in a ditch. I'm awake and I'm coming. Because it doesn't matter how smart you are. I've taken plenty of IQ tests and they're hot. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm a wicked smart guy. But I will say this to you. It doesn't matter what you got up in here. It matters what's in here. The heart, people. My heart is untouchable. My drive is unstoppable. And my will is unshakable. And until such time as you're ready to go to war, you don't want no problems with me. And if you think I was too much before, if you think I was just a little bit over the top, well, baby, you ain't seen nothing yet. I'm coming. You sleep if you want to. You talk if you want to. You think you got me figured out if you want to. And I'm here to tell you right now, I'm coming. When's the last time you woke up and the devil said, oh my God, he's awake now. What am I going to do? You need to get up and make hell shake. You need to get up and make people's ancestors nervous. You need to get up and a hush falls over the room when you walk in. You need to get up and the shower gets hot because it's afraid that if it's cold, you're going to rip it out of the pipes. You're not amped enough. You are not strong enough because you are afraid of what they're going to think about you. What do you think about you? Where is your heart? Where is your passion? Where is your drive? What are you willing to sacrifice? Who are you willing to leave behind? Because they aren't in the same league as you. Yeah, I said it. Sometimes that means you got to say goodbye to somebody you love. Be that a relative, be that a boyfriend, girlfriend, spouse, baby mom's baby's dad. Sometimes you got to leave your parents behind because they can't see what's not in front of them. The evidence of things not seen. It's real cool to walk around and say we're going to transform and roll out. But when's the last time you tried to take over? I'm sorry, but I am more than a conqueror, and so are you. But some of y'all like low life living so much because living the high life scares you. Everybody wants the benefits, but nobody wants to work. I am so hot right now. My damn glasses are steaming. Because y'all are playing small. And what you're going to do, I'm going to be a psychic right now. As I record this, we're still in 2016. And I guarantee you, if you scroll to your timeline in about a week, you're going to start seeing these if you haven't seen them already. Oh, 2017 is going to be my year. You said that in 2013. You said that in 2014, you said it in 2015, you said it in 2016, and what happened? Absolutely nothing! Because you got no heart! You got no drive! Your will is easily shaken! Y'all a bunch of pie crust punks! Easily made, easily broken! I'm unbreakable! I've been through hell! And I'm still here! Where are you? Why aren't you more passionate about your life? Y'all think it's sweet because I go and I speak or I partner with people that you respect. Or you'll see me on a TV show or on a radio show or in somebody's magazine. Or you'll hear me on somebody's conference call. Or you'll go to some podcast interview. Or you'll listen to the Business Bully podcast. Or you'll see that I got a new book coming out. And you think it's games up in here. It ain't. I'm injured. I've seen 17 doctors since March. And nobody wants to know or can figure out what's wrong with me. But I saw one doctor and he said, I think I know how to fix this. And we've been working, and I got to tell you, in 48 hours, I felt better than I've ever felt. But any way you slice it, listen, Paul had pain. He had a pain in his side. Nobody knew exactly what it was. And he lived with it. And you know what? He wrote more of the Bible than anybody. It's levels. Pain is no excuse for being mediocre. Stop settling for bullshit. I'm sorry, there's no nice way to say it. Some of y'all settle. And y'all continue to settle. You act like you're just supposed to show up and everybody's supposed to go, ah, when you're not even in awe of yourself. You are a miracle. You beat 400 million sperm to get here. But you're not fired up. You say you want it, but you don't want it. You won't sacrifice your cable because you got to see what happened on Shameless. You got to see who in the world Stevie J is fucking and how long Ray J's marriage is going to last. I'm sorry if my language upsets you, but I'm pissed off because you're being mediocre on purpose. You are being casual on purpose. And because you're casual, you're going to end up a casualty. Somebody has to tell you straight. You so busy trying to look for a shortcut that you're not willing to take the long haul. You want somebody to pay you off right now, but you ain't doing no work. Hours and hours and hours of studying. Years of non-regional diction. So I don't walk around talking like this. So that you can hear me clearly. Years of getting coffee. I know how Wendy Williams likes her bagels. You want to know why? Because I got them for her. You are not willing to do the little things. You just want to skip levels. When I was a kid, I'm going to leave you with this. When I was a kid, one of the greatest things my brother ever did was he got us a Nintendo. And that was a big deal. My brother, he kept a job and still took care of me and helped out with my mom because that's what you did when you was a teenager. You weren't entitled. You didn't just show up and get whatever the hell you wanted. And so he got us a Nintendo. And we were playing Super Mario Brothers. And looking back on it, you know, some 30 years later, I realized that there was no such thing as a memory card. If you wanted to get to the end of the game, you had to start at the beginning if you had to shut that thing off. And you had to shut it off because, you know, your mama be mad about the electric bill if you left it on all night. And you wanted to so bad. You wanted to just leave it where it was, just pause it and get back, you know, when you came home from school, but you can't. So you got to start all over. And you do that. And every time you get to the end, what happens? Oh, I'm sorry, Mario, because you look just like the princess. I just killed somebody who looks like Koopa. But guess what? That wasn't Koopa, and our princess is in another castle. So you got to keep going. You have to keep running. You have to keep jumping. You got to keep collecting checks, stepping on people who ain't making it happen, who are in your way, who are trying to block you from what it is you're trying to do. You got to clear out the pipes. You got to reestablish dominance. You have got to keep going. And I will tell you this, on my father's urn and on my mother's 71-year-old life, I will die before I let you and your mediocrity stop me. You can call me crazy, you can call me weird, but guess what? Like my mama used to tell me when those kids in high school would talk trash about me. She said they can call you strange, they can call you weird, they can call you nerd, but guess what? They're calling it while you're going all the way to the bank. All the way to the bank. Where are you? You have a purpose. I went to meet with Eric Thomas and his team, right? And I go to the VIP. I know I said I was going to leave you this, but this is important. And sometimes when the spirit moves me, it moves me. And I go to the VIP and I'm seeing people. And I don't like the term fans. I prefer Mohawk Nation because some of y'all actually got your Mohawks. I appreciate that. But, my team, the Bully Club, whatever you want to call us, we rock with each other. And so I walk in a room and it's like, yo, it's Dave Anderson. Dave Anderson's here. Dave Anderson. So I'm hearing it, but I'm not paying it any attention because it ain't about me at this moment. It's about the number 3 speaker in the country. I know number 1 and number 2. I'm meeting with number 3. So I'm sitting there and I'm watching E.T. speak. And I get up and people are like, oh, wow, Dave, I didn't know you know E.T. I don't really know him. His people asked me to come through. I'm coming through. And so we get to, we get to talk and there are people there. And I'm noticing, there are a lot of people there who are Dave Anderson, supporters, Mohawk Nation, Bully Club, the whole 9, right? So I leave out of the VIP session. And somebody stops me and says, excuse me, are you Dave Anderson? And I'm like, yeah, I am. How are you? Now, I don't know this guy. He's obviously younger than me, Caucasian gentleman. And he says, man, you saved my life. And I'm like, how? He said, when you were in college, I was a mess and you were my RA. And you went to bat for me. You kept me from getting kicked out of school. You looked out for me. And I never forgot that. I lost it. I'm not saying this to try and impress you. I'm saying this to impress upon you that when you choose to show up, it's bigger than you. There is somebody, whether you realize it or not, that is depending on you to find your purpose, to show up, to be consistent every single day. Because they, whether they know it or not, are intrinsically linked to your path, to your purpose, to your destiny. And if you decide that you're just going to phone it in, you're going to sit back, you're going to lay down, then you may be ruining somebody else's life because you were supposed to show up for them. It ain't about Dave Anderson. It ain't about the stupid mohawk. It ain't about the crazy beard. It's about my willingness and my need to continue to show up. But y'all don't want to show up. Oh, y'all want to show up when it's time to party. Y'all want to show up when it's cool and easy. But you don't want to show up when it counts. You need to be more passionate about your life. You need to be more purposeful about your life. Some of y'all are upset that I'm writing a book about Jesus being a salesman. Well, you're going to have to get over it because God put that in my heart. And after 14 years of theological study, I think I'm just a little bit more qualified than most. After spending my entire life being a salesman in one shape, form, or fashion and being successful, I think I'm a little bit more qualified than most. So I appreciate your feedback, but you can shove it and you can have several seats and spin on it. I'm here. I'm awake. And if you're in my way, you should be so afraid of that. If somebody ain't afraid by the fact that you exist, you are wasting valuable time. My name is Dave Anderson. You can find me at businessbullyshow.com. Share the video if you dig it. Share it if you think it's crazy. Share it if you like it or you don't. Just share it. And I hope it touches you. I hope that you remain blessed, and I hope that you get passionate about yourself and your life.